On the news tonight, Nigerian Army airlift 352 troops in routine northeast rotation. Oyo government intensifies security measures against further breaches. 60,000 evacuated in Washington as Spokane wildfires ravage homes. Good evening, and thank you for joining us on the news around the world. I am Boluwaji Ogumola, and on the sign language corner is Korede Oluleye. The Nigerian Army has airlifted 352 military personnel into and out of the Northeast as part of the Chief of Army Staff Welfare Flight Program, designed to support troops serving in the ongoing counter-insurgency campaign against Operation Adinkai. The development was reported by security analyst Zagazola Makama. According to the report, the first Chief of Army Staff Welfare flight for August 2026 was successfully conducted on August 1 using a chartered value jet aircraft to facilitate the deployment and rotation of personnel serving in the Northeast Theater of Operations. Makama reported that the aircraft conveyed 176 personnel into the Operation Hadinkai Theater, while another 175 personnel were transported out of the operational area, bringing the total number of troops moved during the exercise to 352. According to the report, the Warfare Flight Initiative was introduced to improve the welfare of troops by easing movement to and from operational areas, ensuring timely deployment, facilitating personnel rotation, and supporting operational effectiveness. As part of efforts to prevent a recurrence of the security breach witnessed in Orire local government area of the state government has intensified measures to strengthen intelligence gathering, enhance collaboration among security agencies, and promote community policing to ensure early warning and swift response to security threats across the state. The Special Advisor to the Governor on Homeland Security, Assistant Controller General of Immigration, retired Segun Adegoke, disclosed this during a series of security engagement meetings with stakeholders across the Oyo North, Oyo Central, and Oyo South senatorial districts. Details are presented by the Governor's Office correspondent, Olalekan Sulaiman.
Made to further strengthen the security architecture of Oyo State and prevent a recurrence of the security breach witnessed in Orire local government area. Governor Seyi Makinde directed the State Committee on Proliferation of Small Arms and Light Weapons and Illegal Immigrants to embark on a sensitization and stakeholders engagement tour across the state. Led by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Homeland Security, Assistant Controller General of Immigration retired, ACG Segun Adegoke, the committee visited Surulere, Ogoluwa, Orire, Olonsogbo, Irepo, Kajola, Ibarapa Center, and Ido local government areas. During the tour, the delegation had meetings with local government chairmen, traditional rulers, community leaders, farmers, Fulani leaders, and other critical stakeholders to encourage intelligence sharing, promote peaceful coexistence, and strengthen community resilience against criminal activities and violence extremists. Addressing participants, ACG Adegoke retired, urged residents to remain vigilant and security conscious, stressing that the importance of lawful migration, proper documentation, and close collaboration between community leaders and security agencies, and addressing emerging security threats while respecting the right and dignity of all residents. He also called on citizens to know their neighbors, avoid spreading rumors and inflammatory messages, and promptly report suspicious movement to the appropriate security agencies.
Security is collective responsibility. The government is not just sitting down in Ibadan We have brought government to the people to listen to them, to hear from them. What are the challenges? Why? How do we use the opportunity of what happened in Atuyi and turn it to strength? Collaboration between security agencies. You can see at the state level, this is being displayed. It's evidenced by it. All the security agencies are represented in this committee, and they have come to enlighten the people, to tell them to share information. The security agencies cannot work without information, actionable information.
During the interactive sessions, stakeholders expressed concerns over the influx of unprofiled and potentially dangerous migrants into parts of the state, urging the government to strictly enforce the Oyo State anti-open grazing law. While commending Governor Seyi Makinde's security initiatives, they appealed for the speedy integration of local hunters and vigilante groups into the state's formal security architecture. They also recommended increased funding for security operations, comprehensive profiling of migrants, regular combing of forest reserves, and establishment of military bases in communities bordering forests to strengthen surveillance and response capabilities.
Charlie, when anytime they say Fulani, and we are not happy. Even if I wake up, the thing is paining me. So when the governor gives us assistance to the security, we are very happy and we really appreciate. If the security, any support they want from the Fulani, we are ready to support the security.
Àwa àgbẹ̀ ní Ọlọ́run ṣògo ọ̀rẹ́ gbọ́n bóòrí lọ ọ̀rẹ́ máa fura nírọ̀lẹ́ ayélujára a ò rí inú ara wa bá a bá dóko a máa wò yín wọ̀hún ni bá a bá dóko a máa wò yín wọ̀hún ni èyí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ẹ̀sẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí ọkàn wa gbègbègbè.
In several remarks, the chairman, Surulere Local Government, Isaiah Adebite, Ogoluwa Local Government, Oluwaseun Adesoye, Oríire, Ọlátẹ́jú Àlàbí, Ọlọ́runṣògo, Kozim Ọláyanjú, Ìrẹ́pọ̀, Tauhid Ọláìwọlá, Kájọlá Mustapha Ọláwálé, Ìbàràpá Center Olúṣọlá Adélékè, and Ìdó Sheriff Adéọjọ́ urged residents to remain vigilant and continue supporting the government and security agencies through timely and credible information.
As a people, we pledge our contribution to this committee. Our traditional rulers will mobilize their doings. Our youth and women will help with intelligence and sensitization. Our local government will provide the necessary logistics and support to ensure your assignment here is successful.
Àdúgbò gómìnà wa èyí gómìnà wa bá fọwọ́ sí wíwá wọn ni wọn à lè wà nílé nìyí ẹ̀rí pé gómìnà wa ṣe gbogbo ibi àgbà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n ń gbé lóríire tí wọ́n ń dá wọn padà so wọn àdẹ̀lẹ́ tó fún àìmọ̀ sẹ́yìn mọ́.
Representatives of the Nigeria Army, Nigeria Police Force, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Nigeria Customs Service, Nigeria Immigration Service, Department of State Service, and the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency also underscored the importance of sustained intelligence sharing and interagency collaboration in tackling insecurity across the Oyo State. They further encouraged residents to make use of the state's toll-free emergency number 615 to report security threats and suspicious activities for prompt response. As part of the tour, the delegation paid a courtesy visit to the palace of Iba of Kishi by Dr. Mashood Oyekola Arowoduye II as a mark of respect for the traditional institution. Olalekan Sulaiman, BCOS News.
The Nigeria Union of Pensioners, Oyo State Council, has threatened to embark on an indefinite peaceful protest over the alleged refusal of the management of Lautech Ogbomosho and Emmanuel Adelayande University of Education, Oyo, to implement Governor Seyi Makinde's directive on approved pension increases for retirees. The union says the planned action is intended to compel the affected institutions to comply with the governor's directive and safeguard the welfare of pensioners. Our reporter, Folashade Akintola, completes the report.
Nigerian Union of Pensioners, the Oyo State Council, say it will commence an indefinite peaceful protest from the 18th of August if the management of LAUTECH Ogomosho and Emmanuel Alayonde University of Education Oyo fail to implement the approved pension increment for their retirees. Addressing journalists at the Union Secretariat in Agbarigo, Ibadan, the State Secretary to the Union, Comrade Olusegun Abatan, described the institution's alleged refusal to comply with Governor Seyi Makinde's directive as an act of insubordination to constituted authorities. According to him, the governor had approved the implementation of outstanding pension benefits, including the 33% pension increment, the 2029 consequential adjustments, the 20% pension increment effective January 2024, as well as the 7,500 naira pension increment approved in 2024. Comrade Abaton explained that while institutions such as Oyo State College of Education, Lalate, Adeseun Ogundoyin Polytechnic, Eruwa, and Michael Kolosho Polytechnic, Shaki had implemented the approved increments, LAUTECH and Emmanuel Alayonde University of Education were yet to comply.
The massive protest should be joined by all pensioners from ministries, departments, and agencies of government in those areas. And individual one is an individual. As an affiliate of Nigerian Labour Congress, our union will be soliciting for its intervention to declare a 3-day warning strike in Emmanuel Alayonde University of Education Oyo and LAUTECH Teaching Hospital Ogomosho. This is because a worker today is a pensioner tomorrow.
Speaking in support of the Oyo State Council, the Senior Assistant General Secretary to the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, National Headquarters, Comrade Waheed Olejede, commended the federal government for its pensions reforms and intervention aimed at improving the welfare of the retirees. He, however, condemned the alleged refusal of the affected tertiary institution in Oyo State to implement the approved pension increment, assuring pensioners of the full support of the national leadership of the union. Comrade Olejede described the planned protest as a legitimate and peaceful effort to protect the rights of pensioners and urged the management of the affected institution to comply with the governor's directive before the scheduled protest.
8 billion defined benefits, and of course, of recent 39.4 billion as exit benefits for our CPS members. So if the government and the center is doing that, and the government here in Oyo State is also talking that who are those management of tertiary institutions not following the law? It's like a woman, and we are disturbed, and that's why we want to give you full support. Whatever action you want to take against this institution, such that your right will be given you at the appropriate time.
The union reiterated its commitment to dialogue, but maintained that the planned peaceful protest will go ahead if the affected institution continue to disregard the governor's directives. Folashade Akintola, BCOS News.
We shall now take a short commercial. Please stay tuned.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
Tell them they don't go, but they wait for me. If you see the body, you will pray for me. I'm back at them, but dangerously. You didn't make my heart go. Body and soul, I still they go. I still they go. Worse than said.
Stay confident. Stay focused. Breathe through it with TomTom.
Win big in the Milo Text and Win promo. Yes, 6 brand new cars, along with billions in airtime and cash prizes around grabs. Just buy any 20-gram Milo promo sachet, find a unique code inside, then dial *8011 *4#.
or scan the QR code on the pack for a chance to win big. Buy more, win more. Promo starts July 1st to October. Milo.
Our bodies get serums, washes, lotions, cleansers, scrubs, but underarms only get deodorant? That's why our new breakthrough formula contains pure hyaluron and vitamin C to deeply care for your underarms for a softer and even skin tone in 2 weeks. With 72 hours sweat and odor protection, try the new Nivea Derma Control Natural Tone because your underarms deserve more. Nivea is for skin.
No buy am!
But why?
No see say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal.
Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape. Your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
Cadbury 3-in-1 hot chocolate, the treat you deserve.
Protect every day with Hypo.
Germs always find a way back.
So disinfect your living room every day with Hypo.
Hypo, go Hypo. Protect your home every day with Hypo.
No green. Protect every day with Hypo.
Hypo, go Hypo.
Hold on, kiddos.
Take the golden penny spread, easy to spread and good for the family.
Mama like
Golden penny spread, easy to spread and good for the family.
Excuse me, ma. This is your 100% hair.
Babes, are you sure you want to spend this much on hair? This will just increase breath. I saved for this one separately on money points.
Ma, you say you save on money points?
Yes.
This madam money points here, the array of hair dryer there, it started savings money points I used to have it. The rest of this my sub is this savings money points I used to do. This array of this my staff is save as you transact.
Jennifer, money point save as you transact. Money point fixed savings and money point target savings.
What's up? Where did I come today? Contribute to it. Where she dey? Come on, oh, you go give your money to Hadaku to save. You see money points account there. You know go open a savings account. That's what you should. I beg everybody inside this my saloon. Oh, yeah, bring out your phone and download the money points app now. Even you. What are you waiting for?
Download the Money Point banking app now. Start saving the bank you can trust.
Money Point, made for your progress.
Welcome back. The state government has invited members of the public to submit memoranda to the Judicial Commission of Inquiry investigating the abduction of students and teachers in Esiele and Yawata communities in Orire local government area. According to the notice, affected persons, parents, teachers, students, community leaders, organizations, and anyone with relevant information are encouraged to submit written memoranda to assist the Commission in its investigation. The memoranda should contain relevant facts, evidence, or recommendations relating to the incident and should be addressed to the Secretary of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry. Submissions may be made at the Commission Secretariat, Conference Room, Office of the Head of Service, Secretariat, Agodi Ibadan, or via email at oysjceorireabduction@gmail.com on or before August 14, 2026. The Odua Investment Company Limited has formally inaugurated Dr. Tajudeen Tola Kasali as its group chairman at the Board of Directors meeting held on Thursday, 30th July 2026, succeeding Otumba Bimbo Ashiru, whose 4-year tenure ended recently. Dr. Tajudeen Tola Kasali, who has served as a director of Odua Investment Company Limited since 2020, is a distinguished medical practitioner and accomplished public administrator with a medical degree from the State Medical Institute in Ukraine. He also served as executive chairman of Ibeju-Lekki local government and as Lagos State Commissioner for Rural Development, Health, and Special Duties, while he also championed the establishment of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, and the Lagos State Safety Commission. Odua Investment Company Limited, under the stewardship of the immediate past chairman, Otumba Bimbo Ashiru, saw significant implementation of the Sweat, Revive, and Create Strategic Framework, SRC 1.0, which strengthened corporate governance, rebalanced the company's investment portfolio, and revitalized legacy assets, including the landmark development of Premier Hotel Ibadan, while also delivering a record-breaking profit before tax of 23.58 billion naira for the 2025 financial year. The company's credit rating was also upgraded by Augusto & Co. from A+ to AA-. Speaking after the inauguration, the new Odua Group chairman, Dr. Tajuddin Tola Kasali, pledged to build on the solid foundation laid by the previous leadership, especially the implementation of the SRC 2.0 Strategic Framework 2026 to 2030, developed under Otumba Bimbo Ashiru, which targets 30 billion naira in cash-backed profit before tax, 1 trillion naira in total assets, and 50 billion naira in group revenue by 2030. On a commercial break, please stay tuned.
When you choose Golden Penny Semovita, you eat with kings. Golden Penny Semovita remains my soup's first choice because it is made from premium wheat and fortified with vitamins and minerals to provide a wholesome bowl food that is easy to mold, smooth to swallow, and pairs well with a variety of Nigerian soups. Choose Golden Penny Semovita, my soup's first choice.
Rò ó jinlẹ̀, àwọn oúnjẹ mèremère tó o lè fa àwọn èròjà yìí ṣe. Ó ti ná owó rẹpẹtẹ, ṣùgbọ́n kò sí àrídájú oúnjẹ aládùn. Yíyan kúrò ìsebẹ̀ tí kò tọ́ lè bá oúnjẹ owó àti ìdánilójú rẹ̀ jẹ́. Fún oúnjẹ aládùn, má ṣiyèméjì, yan góòlù.
Lo Terra Gold fún adùn tó gbayì, tó kì pọ́pọ́, táwọn ẹbí rẹ̀ fẹ́ràn. Ó dáa fún ọbẹ̀, ata dídín àti jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù. Terra Gold, kúrò kan ara tí kò lópin.
Alright everyone, no pull your ears, make we talk. Take a read to rearrange the stars to give una small wisdom. Shut my teeth fresh now, but you know own, I beg no be so. Before una go talk, say our smile no reach. Make una think I'm twice so.
Ever heard of Colgate? The number one oral care brand in the world.
Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection unlocks 24 hours cavity defense. The formula boost with calcium for lifelong smiles.
No more for my cover mouth.
Colgate for 24 hours maximum cavity protection.
Welcome back. Christians have been reminded that although people may forget acts of kindness and dwell on offenses, God never forgets labor of love and faithfulness of his children. The admonition came from Pastor Peter Ayobamidele during the 20th anniversary celebration of Christ Apostolic Church, God of Solution Assembly, Elele Community, Ibadan, themed the Year of Remembrance. Our reporter, Folashade Akintola, was there to bring the details.
It was a moment of thanksgiving and celebration as ministers of God, church members, invited guests, and well-wishers gathered to commemorate 2 decades of God's faithfulness to Christ Apostolic Church, God of Solution Assembly. Preaching the anniversary sermon from Nehemiah chapter 5, verse 19, Pastor Peter Ayobamidele said the theme, the years of remembrance, reflect God's unfailing commitment to reward the good works, sacrifice, and faithfulness of his children. He noted that while human beings often remember offense and overlook acts of kindness, God never forgives genuine service. righteousness, and steadfast devotions.
With what the psalmist says that we live in the land of forgetfulness. So there's many things that we forget here. Particularly when a person is growing old, there are some people that have dementia. They don't remember even their names. So it's a characteristics of humanity. So, but despite that, when they forget your good works, they remember the evil that you have done. And we say God should deliver us from such people and open the book of remembrance so that we can be remembered for good.
Pastor Ayobamidele congratulated church on attaining its 20 years milestone, describing the anniversary as a testimony to God's sustaining grace despite the challenges encountered over the years. He prayed for greater growth, renewed strength, and increased divine favor upon the ministry, its leadership, and members. In separate goodwill messages, clerics and invited guests urged the pastor in charge to remain steadfast in biblical teachings, continue to depend on the guidance of the Holy Spirit, and uphold a lifestyle that reflects Christ's calling.
Both the pastor, both the member of the church and the congregation, the pastor is a good man. Nobody around this environment, which the pastor is so humble.
I want to give him an advice that he should live his life according to Christ's life. And he should not look at anybody in life. So Bible is our guideline.
There should be more fervent in the church. They should come early. Punctuality is the key. And they should ensure that, because their Sunday service is not complete without Sunday school, they should ensure they come for Sunday school service.
You always do well for everybody. Whether you are Muslim, whether you are anywhere, whatever you are, Baba do well for everybody. Concerning the administration, I wish him well.
Reflecting on the church journeys over the past 2 decades, the pastor in charge, Pastor Rufus Alamu, described the anniversary as the celebration of God's unwavering faithfulness. He acknowledged that the ministry has passed through different phases of challenges, but stressed that God's grace has continually sustained and expand the church.
Journey of Christianity, there must be some certain issues, some certain challenge, but we all glory be to God, because God is keeping us moving. And my advice is to the church is to look deep into the scripture, because Bible is the power of all Christianity.
Also speaking, Lady Evangelist Olubisi Salau thanked God for preserving the ministry over the years. She encouraged women to remain committed to serving God, nurture their children in the fear of their Lord, and build homes founded on godly values. The anniversary celebration featured a special Thanksgiving service, the cutting of the anniversary cake, and prayers for the church, its leadership, members, and the nations, as worshippers celebrated 20 years of God's enduring faithfulness. Falashade Akintola, BCOS News.
Songs of praise and thanksgiving filled the atmosphere at Progressive Christ Chapel, Ibadan, as members celebrated the 2026 Ark of Covenant anniversary in appreciation of God's unwavering faithfulness and reaffirmed their commitment to his service. Our reporter, Adiola Oladele, was at the church auditorium on Ayetoro Street, Olusheyi, via Eleyele Road, Ibadan. And she completes the story.
In an atmosphere of joyful worship and thanksgiving, members of Progressive Christ Chapel gathered to celebrate the 2026 Ark of Covenant anniversary. The celebration commenced with the symbolic homecoming procession of the Ark of Covenant, as members joined the founder and general overseer of the church, Prophetess Remi Olayomi George, in songs of praise and heartfelt thanksgiving to God. Delivering the sermon on the anniversary theme, The Invisible God, the guest preacher, Reverend Edward Alabi, urged Christians to remain steadfast in faith, obedience, and total dependence on God, stressing that unwavering trust in Him attracts divine guidance, favor, and abundant blessings.
The invisible God is still the same, yesterday, today, and forever, and can still do much more than he has done before in the time of Moses, because now we have Jesus. The Bible says this same Jesus, the same yesterday, today, and forever. So whatever God has done before, God has a template and he can do it all over again.
In her address, the founder and general overseer of Progressive Christ Chapel, Prophetess Remi Olayomi George, described the Ark of Covenant as a symbol of God's abiding presence, covenant, and fellowship with his people.
The Ark of Covenant, it changes, but there are so many things in our life that we still want to remain Maryborn. But God has been the one that has been changing and has been giving us good testimonies. And so I want us to know that we have to be humble and to have a forgiving heart as we go. And but people should know that it's only brethren that are in unity, because the Ark of Covenant is a sign of unity.
The anniversary celebration attracted dignitaries, including the Deputy Chief of Staff to the Oyo State Governor, Honorable Kazeem Adeniyi, popularly called Bibiri, and the Chairman of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, BCOS, Chief Mrs. Dotun Olaiton. The event also featured special prayers for the congregation, inspiring testimonies, and presentation of awards to the Church 2026 Golden Mothers and Golden Fathers in recognition of the exemplary commitment and service. Adeola Oladele, BCOS News.
Another time out. Please stay tuned.
When you choose Golden Penny Semovita, you eat with kings. Golden Penny Semovita remains my soup's first choice because it is made from premium wheat and fortified with vitamins and minerals to provide a wholesome offering that is easy to mold, smooth to swallow, and pairs well with a variety of Nigerian soups. Choose Golden Penny Semovita, my soup's first choice.
Rojile. Àwọn oúnjẹ mèremère tó lè fàwọn èròjà ṣe. Ó ti ná owó rẹpẹtẹ, ṣùgbọ́n kò sí àrídájú oúnjẹ aládùn. Yíyan kúrò ìsebẹ̀ tí kò tọ́ lè bá oúnjẹ, owó àti ìdánilójú rẹ̀ jẹ́. Fún oúnjẹ aládùn, má ṣe iyèméjì, yan góòlù.
Lo Terra Gold fún adùn tó gbayì tó kí pọ́pọ́ táwọn ẹbí rẹ fẹ́ràn. Ó dáa fún ọbẹ̀, ata dídín àti jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù. Terra Gold, kóró kan, ara tí kò lópin.
Alright, everyone, no put your gaze. Make we talk. Time don't reach to rearrange the stars to give una small wisdom. Shots might be fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Before una go talk, say our smile no reach. Make una think I'm twice.
Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world?
Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection unlocks 24 hours cavity defense. The formula boost with calcium for lifelong smiles.
Mom, it's the time to brush. No more cover mouth.
Colgate for 24 hours maximum cavity protection.
Welcome back. The remains of the Abese Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oloye Lekan Alabi, have been buried according to Islamic rites. The janaza prayer was conducted by the chief imam of Ibadan land, Sheikh Abdulganir Agbotomo Kekere. BCOS reporter Olamipo Sishola brings the details.
That was Chief Imam of Ibadan land, Sheikh Abdulganir Agbotomo Kekere, leading the janaza prayer for Oloye Lekan Alabi. In a sermon, the cleric described Oloye Lekan Alabi as a true son of Ibadan land and a lover of peace.
Bá a ti fẹ́ gbé ẹni wa jáde lónìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ijọ́ kan máa bẹ̀. Ó pẹ́ ó yá o tí wọ́n gbẹ́ni kọ̀ọ̀kan tiwa náà jáde bẹ́ẹ̀.
To his wife, Mrs. Tokun Balabi, and his children, he was a complete family man.
Very painful, very painful. You know, we tried our best when he was ill, and he fought the battle himself. But we thank God for everything. Husband, father, grandfather, jovial. The house is always bubbling. Since he left, everything has been quiet, but we thank God for everybody will die one day.
That was a love of good things. It was a love of culture, nature, travel. So I think I take those things after him. And there was a lot of people as well. Everywhere my dad went, people just gravitated towards him. And I think that's the nature of who he is.
My father was a man of integrity. He stood by his values and his principles. That's all.
My father was a lover of great things. He was a lover of life. He was an historian, had a brain, very articulate.
Also, I remember him for being a great man, a great dad, a great husband, a great community leader, and a good role model, basically.
Close associates, traditional chiefs, and well-wishers describe him as a man of many parts.
I'm a son. There's nothing I can call myself to him than a son. Because when we talk of a father, I've played a fatherly role in my life. And everybody knows me to be a son in Ibadan here.
He's a man of people. So we are very sorry that we have to lose this kind of a very good man at this particular period.
In terms of culture, he's parading Yoruba culture and he proved it to prove that Yoruba culture is so rich.
Baba was a father figure to me. He was my mentor. It was such a great loss to me.
The remains of the Abese Olubadan were later laid to rest at a private cemetery beneath family, friends, and close associates. Oloye Abdurrashid Olalekan Alabi is survived by his mother, wife, children, and grandchildren. He died at the age of 75. Olamiposi Ishola, BCOS News.
The chairman of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Oyo State Council, Comrade Akeem Abbas, media executives and on-air personalities have described the passing of Oloye Lekan Alabi as a great loss to the media profession. They stated this while speaking with BCOS reporter Olamiposi Ishola on the life and times of Oloye Lekan Alabi. His report.
On the 1st of August 2026, when the news of the demise of Oloye Lekan Alabi, a veteran journalist and 4-time press secretary to governors in the old Oyo State, filtered in, it was hard for many to believe. Abdurrashid Olalekan Alabi needed no introduction, especially in the social, cultural, and entertainment circles. He was among the veteran journalists who had a wide range, strong connectivity, and deep cultural heritage. This was attested by the chairman of the NUJ, Oyo State Council, Comrade Akeem Abbas, his former boss, Elder Bamiji Ogundele, and his colleagues, Mr. Femi Makpadirun.
Baba is an exceptional journalist, one of our respected veterans in the profession, was exceptionally brilliant and he practiced journalism.
He was a fantastic journalist, highly cerebral, highly motivated. He has become an icon, and he has a very, very good knack for history.
Lekan Alabi and I have been together for 52 years. We actually met him at Sketch in 1974 when I came from NIJ to do an internship at Sketch. He was a staff, then I came to do internship. And we've related all the while. At a time when it was at WNTV, WNBS, I was there as well.
The two serving commissioners under Governor Seyi Makinde, Prince Dotun Oyelade of Information and Dr. Wasiu Olatubosun of Culture and Tourism described the deceased as an asset to the state.
He is a cultural giant. For over 25 years, he stopped wearing English dresses. He will don only his traditional dresses. That will tell you
that for a very civilized and urbane person like Oloyele Alabi, who is Western-oriented in many regards.
He's a very patriotic person. He believes in Bada, he believes in Oyo State, and he believes in Nigeria. So, in short, we will miss him a lot.
Some of his mentees in the media and broadcasting industry, Comrade Segun Ogunbaye and Engineer Babalola, said the death of Oloyele Alabi was a great loss.
He made me who I am today. I got to know him personally one-on-one 35 years ago when I came from UK. The little interaction we have, it changed my life. He told me, Segun, you have much more in you than what you have.
We've been together. Anything I want to do, Baba always come, give me advice on my company, on my family, everything. I will miss Baba a lot. When you give Baba time, Baba always keep time. That is good legacy that I gain and I tap from Baba.
Abdurrashid Olalekan Alabi was born on October 27, 1950, to the family of Pa Alabi, alias Take Time. Oloyele Alabi was a journalist, an author, a PR consultant, a syndicated columnist, and a motivational speaker. He was the Abese Olubadan of Ibadan land and cultural ambassador of the National Museum, Ile-Ife. He attended 7th-day Adventist Primary School, Okefoko, Ibadan, from 1958 to 1963, where he served as a class captain from Primary 2 to Primary 4, school male boy in Primary 5, and school prefect in Primary 6. He proceeded to African Church Grammar School, Akpata Ganga, Ibadan, from 1964 to 1969. In 1973, he joined the Sketch Publishing Company Limited, Ibadan, as a reporter, writer, reader grade 2. He proceeded to the famous College of Journalism, Fleet Street, London, in 1976 and graduated in 1978. On his return, he left Sketch to join the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Ibadan, where he worked from 1978 to 1982. In 1982, when the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State Television, then known as Television Service of Oyo State, was established, he was among the pioneer editorial staff. He was the first reporter to appear on the channel and also the first chairman of the station's chapel of the NUJ. In 1983, he was seconded as a press secretary to late Chief Bola Ige, the then governor of Old Oyo State, comprising the present day of Oyo and Osun states. In recognition of his professionalism and loyalty to the owner states of Oodua Investment Company Limited, appointed him the first public affairs manager of the conglomerate in 1989. After 17 years of dedicated service, he voluntarily retired in 2006 as the first general manager, corporate affairs. Oloye Olalekan Alabi is survived by his mother, wife, children, and grandchildren. Olamiposi Ishola, BCOS News.
We shall now go on a short commercial and sport news break. Please stay tuned.
It's a good time to show love in the way that matters. And showing love begins with breakfast, the first gift of the day to you and your loved ones. Not just any breakfast, but one made with peak milk, because it contains vitamins, proteins, and calcium to keep you nourished and ready for the day. Breakfast is love. Show it every morning with the nourishing goodness of Peak evaporated milk.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Once upon a time, there was a land plagued by blandness. Food had lost its flavor and there was nothing left to savor. Just then, the tastemaker arrives to restore taste to this land of blandness. All she did was sprinkle, stir, and serve. And from that day on, they knew one truth. All they need is sprinkle, stir, serve.
Tastemaker.
They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But when someone matters to you, breakfast for them is never just a meal. It's a peak breakfast. Creamy, nourishing, as the ideal to keep them nourished and ready for each day. Reach for your peak.
Ó dára fún jollof rice, spaghetti, ọbẹ̀ ata àti àsáró sí àsè tó gbà yìí.
Determined to further
Good evening and welcome. I am Victor Pone, here to take you around the ever-exciting world of sports.
We start with the news that Nigeria has invited 26 players to camp as preparations intensify for the 2026 African Women's Nations Volleyball Championship, which is scheduled to take place in Nairobi, Kenya from the 23rd of August to the 5th of September. The invited squad features a blend of experience and emerging talents drawn from clubs across Nigeria and the overseas as the team begins its build-up to the continental competition. The likes of Deborah Sunday, Joy Owoni, Chioma Nwagu, Ganiat Latif, and Aisha Bello all feature. The team's technical crew will be led by head coach Elisha Ilam, with Shegun Abinde serving as assistant coach 1 and Sunday Akapson taking charge as setters trainer. Nigeria will be aiming for a strong performance at the championship as they compete against Africa's top volleyball nations in Nairobi. Now to football, where Mark Skinner has left his role as Manchester United women head coach after 5 years in charge. Skinner signed a new 2-year contract at the club last summer before getting United to fourth in last season's Women's Super League, missing out on European qualification as a result. During his time at the club, Skinner reached 3 consecutive Women's FA Cup finals, winning the trophy in 2024, which was United's first major honour. United finished as Women's Super League runners-up in 2023, and Skinner took the club to the Champions League quarter-finals and League Cup final last season. A statement from United Red believes having made a significant contribution to the continued progress of Manchester United women. Wales have become the first nation to publicly withdraw backing for Gianni Infantino's bid to continue its leadership of FIFA. It follows the loss of confidence in the FIFA president following his scrapped plans to sell stakes in its competitions to private investment firms. The Football Association of Wales, FAW, has confirmed its withdrawal support for the candidature of Mr. Gianni Infantino for election as FIFA president for the 2027 to 2031 term, its statement read. Infantino's lucrative plans.
And that's your sport update on news around the world. I am Victor Pone. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Victor Opune. Straight to the foreign scene. Thousands of residents have been forced to flee their homes after devastating wildfires swept through Spokane in Washington state, destroying at least 600 structures and triggering the evacuation of about 60,000 people as firefighters battle to contain the fast-moving blazes. Foreign desk editor Folashade Akintola compiled the story and others as presented by Khadija Lawal.
The fires in and around Spokane, the state's second largest city, burned about 21 square kilometers over the weekend and were among dozens of wildfires across the western United States that stretched the ability of federal, state, and local agencies to fight them. Roughly 1,000 square kilometers are burned across the state, and some of the fires, including those in the Spokane area, have not been contained. Fire and law enforcement officials said there had been no reports of injuries or people unaccounted for, but they stressed it was early in the response efforts. Videos from the Spokane area showed buildings on fire, black smoke billowing up near neighborhoods, and the smoking rings of homes with only chimneys still standing. Several officials expressed concern that the area appears set to continue having dry weather in the coming days. Investigators have not determined how the blaze began. Spokane was not the only region struggling to contain fires. Meanwhile, hundreds of Ethiopians from the Tigray region have crossed into neighboring Sudan, following fighting between regional forces and the Ethiopian army over the weekend. In one of the most serious confrontations since the end of the civil war in the area 4 years ago, intense clashes broke out on Saturday morning in the Shererina near the border with Sudan. A member of the Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF, said,
Now, before I go, if you see something suspicious, alert the authority for timely response. Be vigilant. That ends the news around the world. Good evening, and thanks for watching.
life isn't luck, it's a recipe. The right ingredients, the right balance, and everything just works. That's what soft actually is. Choosing what's already made right for you.